In this video, I just want to give you a basic idea on what we're trying to do as a team on a breakout. I'm not going to cover all the little details of each position. I'll save that for another video. This is one of the most important concepts to understand because breakouts will occur repeatedly, like at least 20 times per game. Now, for you new players, what is a breakout? It's a team play in which we retrieve the puck and we're trying to get it from our D zone or neutral zone and transition to the offensive zone with control. That with control part is important. A lot of new players will get the puck and just randomly fire it to the other side of the ice. This is not tennis. We're not just giving the other team the puck. We want to possess it, control it at all times if possible. We want to pass the puck up the ice because nobody skates faster than a moving puck. And that's related to this other point. We can skate up the ice with the puck, but that should be the last option, not the default one. A lot of good 12U players will skate end to end almost every single time. This is a really bad habit to develop. If you're one of these players, you might be able to get away with it now, but at some point in your hockey career, the competition will get stronger and stronger, and you won't be able to do this at will. A kid on my own team tried to do this over and over, and he ended up hurting our team rather than helping it because the other team would just take it from him every single time. Trust me on this, guys. Practice good passing habits. I'm not saying you can never skate the puck up. What I'm saying is get in the habit of looking for the passing option first. If you don't see it, then skate with the puck. So here, I just want to show a couple of NHL breakouts and what it looks like. So here, you'll see the player has his head up the whole way. So get it? And boom, he'll throw a missile to his teammate. And that leads to a breakaway and a goal. And imagine how long it would take for him to skate all the way up. That would never be a breakaway, at least at this level. Now this hard rim, our team will do a lot. So you're going to see the defenseman get chased. Come on. Is he going to get pressure? And then he's just going to rim it right away. And I'll talk more about this, but that winger is already on the board. And by the time the winger gets it, he'll just chip it quickly to the player with all the speed. That's ideally how we want to break out. And this leads to a goal as well. You'll see breakouts happen most commonly in these three scenarios. When the opponent dumps the puck into our D zone, retrieving a puck after our opponent's attack, and when we're actually in the offensive zone and our opponent's clear just outside the blue line. So I'll go over each one of these separately, starting with this one at the top. Alright, so our team is in green, our opponents are in orange, and this left side is the defensive zone. And this is the most common breakout scenario I think we will see. So here, the other team has the puck, and perhaps we're putting too much pressure on him. So this player will just have to get rid of it, and he'll just dump it down. Now the closest D will go after the puck, of course, but I want this player to take a route towards the quiet zone. So I want him to get the puck and go towards the quiet zone. The quiet zone is this area behind the net, and I will talk more about why I want that, but for this video, I won't go into detail about that. I just don't want this player, hold on, let me get rid of this. I don't want this player to take a route this way, right? Usually behind a net. So after he gets the puck, let's move here, he gets the puck, is down here. This D, I want him to come back down and try to give him a pass behind the net. These wingers will go towards the board with their butt on the boards, stick out in front, and somewhere between this dot and the top of the circle. Same on this side. And then lastly, I want the center to fill in, getting right in front of the goalie. Now, if I draw a line between the D and the wingers, like this, connect that. All right, ignoring the center, that shape makes a trapezoid. And this is what we're going to try to create over and over on a breakout. So hopefully you guys remember that. Try to create a trapezoid. From here, our D has a few options. I want his first option usually to go right back to the other D as he retrieves the puck. We want to move it to the other side because most of the players will just kind of puck follow and be clogging that whole side. So we usually want to move it to the other side. Okay, not always, but a lot of the times. So this is the first option. Second option is to this wing if it's open. And I'd rather not throw it up the middle of the ice. And now a better team will have the center as an option as well and the other wing. But we're not going to do that because at this level, our passing's not the best. And if we mess up, it's going to be in the house or the danger area right in front of the goalie. So after he throws a D to D, the winger, who should be on the board, but on the board with the stick in the middle of the ice, has that wing option right away. Now after this wing gets it, should be looking for a couple things. The center, once he sees that pass, he should start skating up and getting that short little chip pass like we saw in that example I just showed with the rimming breakout. Right after, if I go back to this here, right for this wing, once he sees the pass go to the other D, he should expect us to start throwing the puck on this side somewhere. So he should start going towards the middle and trying to find an empty space. So that way, after we pass it to this wing, wing now has this option to throw it to the center. He has his other option back here, right? And if both of those aren't open, like the other team is playing good defense somehow, then your last option can be to skate it up, right? I should say last option, if the worst comes to worst and you have the last resort, would be to just try to get the puck out of the blue line. So this is the basic breakout I'm looking for, and I'll explain more in a future video. But for now, just kind of get an idea of what it should look like. All right, so the next scenario is when we're in our D zone coverage and the other team has the puck in our offensive zone. Maybe they attacked us on rush, maybe they just had some sustained offensive zone time. So in this case, they have the puck, and we're defending. Remember, we want to be in the middle of the ice, not the boards when defending. And we have one player going after puck. Maybe he loses it, maybe he shoots it. Hold on, I'm trying to grab the puck there. There we go. So maybe he shoots it. He shoots it, and the goalie stops it, and it goes down in this corner somehow. So this is where we want to quickly get in our breakout positions, as long as this defenseman gets the puck first. So we go out, go in our D-zone positioning, and this center stays here. This can also occur if, let's say, we take the puck, so this forward's down here somewhere, and we end up taking the puck, or he steals it from him. Same thing. We just go back towards the quiet zone. Rather than hitting it out all the time, we can do that, but a lot of times I'd rather have us just go back to the quiet zone and try to get in our breakout positions. Now on the other hand, if I move it back here, sorry. If a wing steals the puck, maybe the D shoots it, and the wing blocks it, and it squirts out. In this case, I don't want the wings to go all the way back to the quiet zone. If they can just poke it out. If they can get that puck out or maybe pass it to a teammate, would be even better. I'd rather do that. Right? If the puck's down here somewhere, we want to probably try to go back to our quiet zone, go to our breakout positions. If the wing gets it and someone can just skate it out, I'd rather do that. Now in the last scenario, this is where we're actually going to be in the offensive zone. So in this case, maybe we shoot the puck or they pick it up somehow, goalie makes a stop, and they get it and just somehow clear the puck out. All right. So what I want us to do is to execute a neutral zone breakout. And to do that, we'll have our closest D get the puck, and I want them to back it up to the other blue line, or somewhere around there. And then we're going to create that same trapezoid I talked about. So these defensemen will back up, wingers go to the board, board. Right? And the center will just kind of fill in and make this little triangle between the three. And it's the same thing as if we're behind the net. We go D to D, and we have the same options. We go back to the other D, we can throw it up here, and in this case, it is a little bit safer to throw it up the middle if necessary. This time it's not right in front of the goalie, so we can use that middle option if necessary. I'll wrap this video up with a couple of examples. Be sure to watch this alongside the position videos. Alright guys, I'll see you on the ice. Here's an animation of a controller breakout. Let's get the puck. Take it to the quiet zone, pass the winger, and pass the center. Bread and butter breakouts. Alright, and here's the 3D view. Same thing, first D to winger to center. Okay. And let me show the pressure breakout. Now I know I didn't draw the other team, but that's okay. Usually you're going to be pressured pretty quickly, so you got to make a quick pass. Okay. And let me switch to 3D. Okay. Now remember, this guy can throw it to this wing back here too. And that's it for positioning on breakouts.